past 2 days has been very successful. The topical issues that we've put on the agenda were quite germane and current, especially when we know that the national minimum wage is the trending issue. We're trying to reach 6 million people who are intended beneficiaries of the national minimum wage. And the presenters, all of them, have presented a very excellent submission, which was highly welcomed by the attendees of the conference. And the packs and information that we loaded into it is very useful and quite good for the purposes of them to practice in their respective workplaces. And if I look at the quality of the questions, if I look at the quality of the responses, it makes me satisfied that we have had a very successful conference. I've had different celebrities from different sectors who attended, who has given it a thumbs up, including our governing body members who were present. So for the purposes for which we established the annual conference for this year, we have achieved our objective that we had in mind, that we're going to inform the labor market and those who attend. We had more than 500 people who attended. And for the first time compared to last year, usually the second day people are tired and they disappear, we have half the room. But people stayed on. It showed us how relevant and how important the submissions that were made by the different speakers. And what was different is that we had fewer speakers on the agenda, but created more space for people to engage. And that they found very useful. We've learned also from the questions that they've raised, and some of the issues requires a bit of research further because the law is still new, so it requires certainty. So we're going to do that and going back to the drawing board with the team. So I can safely declare that we've had a very productive, effective labor conference of the CCMA. You see, if you look at the standard of this conference, it's higher than last year. The challenge that we have is that next year the standard has to be higher. The good thing about it is that next year it will be almost a year after the new laws have commenced. We'll have more data on the greater impact of these laws in the labor market. We're watching it in the hearing rooms. We're training people, both our staff, our commissioners and non-commissioners. We're training workplaces, we're training in the organizations. And we're going to be doing this until next year. But as matters stand now, for example, with the national minimum wage referrals, as of the 1st of March, we had about 260, if I'm not mistaken. Now we're sitting at about 400 as of yesterday. So that tells you that it's gaining momentum. People are getting to know. Now, after this conference, given the type of information that we've issued, we're expecting that our caseload is going to increase because people are more aware about what is going on and what they need to do. And the fact that they can sit until the last moment, it tells you that they were indeed benefiting from that. So from that point of view, we're looking forward to a more effective 2020 conference. We will have, in all probability, the same theme, just say 1 year after what has happened. And I think at that time we will have a much better picture on the effect of our processes and the extent of the impact of the new laws in terms of our new jurisdiction.